Welcome to the fan and follow-up episode. This is the episode where we figure out
what the hell we're doing.
No. What are we doing? Oh, okay.
I think this is the intro.
Yeah, this is a good intro.
We figure out what the fans think, or we try to.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah, we figure out what the fan thinks. What the one fan thinks.
The one fan.
We figure out what Kim's mom thought about it. Whatever.
Anyway, this is the fan and follow-up episode. So we do the follow-up to the book cycle and anything that the fan said during the book cycle, but doesn't necessarily have to be about the book. There,
wonderful.
We did it.
Exactly right.
If you liked it and you let us know about it, you're going to be on the episode probably. If we get to it, because we're very distracted today.
If we
ever get to it.
If we even get to this episode.
We're trying.
All right, so I'm going to start with some follow-up because Lindsay isn't here today, and she let me know that she has finished the book. And and you would have heard her final book report that she finished the book, which was last week.
Episode.
Yeah.
Is this one they called me number one?
Yes, we are fanning.
Yeah,
they call me number one.
Yeah.
Number one.
Do we want to go to Kim's mom? Because we could go right straight there.
I propose yes.
Kim's mom sent a voicemail, so I'll play it for everyone.
Aww,
He is our biggest fan. We might as well
she
start
shared
with her.
her 10 cents. 10 cents is an inside joke reference to season 1 when we learned that Sue Farbs comes up with her own expression.
Well, and her value of her opinion is 8 cents more than anybody else, than the average person.
The average human.
That's great.
If you want really good advice, ask Sue for her 10 cents worth.
No, don't, because I don't know what to say.
Oh, but that's okay. We just want to hear what you think. You've got access to your brain, don't you?
Shut up.
How do you like the podcast? What do you think about it?
Are you doing it now?
I am.
Don't do it.
Just go. Let's hear it.
I thoroughly enjoy the podcast. I think considering you're all distances apart and you connect, I find it really interesting. I love to hear your perspective on things, and I think you're so funny, all of you, and I just really enjoy listening to it.
Thank you.
Aww.
Yeah, so she sent us a voicemail.
Yeah.
So she sent one.
Cute.
Are you doing it right now? Yes.
And then she got mad at you. I love it.
That's how every conversation goes. Literally everyone.
Literally everyone.
Oh, I love your mom.
We had another one. I'm going to make you listen to another one. We had one that was someone sending, so Kim's mom sent in a voice memo. So they recorded it on their phone.
Yeah, I asked her
then
to
they
tell me
sent
what she thought. Sorry.
And then she sent it to connect@bookanddirected.com.
Cool.
Or you can send do a voicemail, and we have a voicemail.
You send that by calling 416-900-8603.
Oh my gosh, that's the fastest we've ever come up with a number. Amazing.
That wasn't even
It only
editing.
took us 2 years.
I was so
To have
ready.
the number ready.
I feel very prepared today. But like only in that, nothing
Yeah.
else. Everything
Yeah.
else-
Only in
Only
that respect. Everything else, no.
Check. I did one. Being prepared today. I'm done for the day.
Okay, so here's the one that was a voicemail.
Hello, this is Betty, and I've been listening to your podcast, and I think that you are all very charming and funny and wonderful. And I also called to ask if your fridge is running, because if it is, you better go catch it.
Who did that?
Remember we had the conversation about crank calls? Is it prank or crank? No, I don't know.
It's both.
Oh, okay.
Crank.
I feel better.
I think it's crank calls.
But it's
which
a
is
prank.
the act of doing
Correct.
a prank.
It's both.
Yeah.
We call
Let's just
prank
leave it
calls.
there.
Oh, it's like a prank, but you're calling,
Let's
so it's a
discuss
crank.
it to death.
I don't know.
What's a crank?
It's a crank. I don't know. And isn't crank also refer to some kind of street drug? I don't know.
Oh yeah. There's a
Is
book
it?
called Crank. There's a book called
Oh.
Crank that's about maybe some version of meth.
Well, in any case, we had a conversation about crank or crank calls.
In any case.
You know, so we're following up to that follow-up of that episode. I don't remember what episode it is, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Does that number have call display? And can
Well,
we
it sure
crank
does.
call her?
Can we call Betty
Let's do it.
back?
I know who Betty is.
Can we crank her?
I have a feeling I know who Betty is, but anyway, go on. Who is it?
I do
Oh my
because
God,
it has
is it your
called
mom?
display. No.
She
I
would
wish
have got
it
a
was
voice.
fun. It would never. You wouldn't be able to figure it out,
She
and
would
she'd
mess
call
it up.
us.
Yeah, for sure.
Who is it?
Thing.
And then it would turn into a big thing, and then she'd have to
It was
save
Schweitz.
herself.
Lindsay Schweitz.
Yeah, it
Lindsay?
sounded like Lindsay Schweitz.
Oh.
I've called
Okay.
display, so I was like,
Let's
Lindsay
crank
has a
call Lindsay
voicemail.
back.
To the book
That's
interrupted
fun.
line.
That's great.
Weird.
Yeah. What
Who am I
I
calling
imagine is that there's this red phone that sits in Sarah's office that never rings. And like
Where?
that's the book interrupted line. It's like someone's calling. Someone's leaving a voicemail.
Oh,
There it
that
is.
exactly,
Like,
except
she's
for red.
waiting.
Old
Totally.
phone. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
love that
that's
phone.
that's the book interrupted.
Did you know,
hotline.
bookies, that you are calling back in time
Amazing.
when you call our
You
line?
are.
Is that our
fun.
phone from childhood?
The worst when you get to like the fifth
No.
number, but you messed up and you'd have to start.
Especially when it's like a
"Ah."
bunch of nines.
Yeah, you never want to call anybody that has like nines in their number.
No.
Or wasn't, yeah, or zero. Zero was at the end too.
Yeah,
remember
'cause
ever
you'd
using
have
that.
all
Zero.
the way.
No, it's not ours from childhood. Mamadou got it for me when we watched this documentary a long time ago about, it was like a doomsday documentary.
Scenario?
And if there was no electricity, rotary phones are the only phones you can use without electricity. So I made him get us one.
Oh my god,
That's great.
We
I
have
love it.
a stockpile because Bob doesn't like to depart with things.
Oh
We are
my
literally going to be the
gosh.
base of operations.
Oh.
You'd be like $2,000 for this phone, thank you. Oh, money doesn't exist anymore? Oh well, give me a
Oh, well.
goat.
Yeah,
Goat.
but not your
It
duck.
was a goat.
Don't give me your duck.
No duck.
Survival.
Not a duck. Too risky. Follow
Way too
for
risky.
it.
They don't know the reference. The listeners don't know the reference to the ducks. I had ducks on my farm.
And it was quite
They were
the
prolific.
dramatic tale.
traumatic. Yeah.
Traumatic
And
and
they-
dramatic.
Yeah.
Not
Both.
many ducks survived. And not because they're being eaten. Not because they're
Until
delicious.
later when they
Just
were
because
being
they
eaten, because there were
Well.
too many ducks.
Some just died because they fell over as babies.
For one of Leah's drawings
And
for the
others-
blog post, could she draw the imagined contraption that would have to keep all ducklings in their upright position?
Yeah.
I think it's called a pond. Like they can swim like almost immediately, right?
Oh,
It's
okay.
part right? If they can swim, they can't walk
Oh,
very
okay.
well, but swimming,
We
they
do have
got
a
that
pond.
down.
Huh.
Yeah.
They're
So
born.
if they ducks are just smart enough to be like, well,
get in
maybe
that
I can
water.
live over there.
Which would have been helpful.
I was looking it up because like ducks can swim. What is it like a day after they're born, or like almost immediately? Yeah, survival, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why were you looking it up?
My daughter loves ducks. It was her first word.
It was
Are
her
you
first
sure it was
word.
duck?
This is what happened.
That's
She
really
goes, duck. I go, I think she just said duck. And she went, duck. Again, I was
You're
like,
right.
"Oh."
But the
You're
letter
right.
She did say that.
D is so challenging for them. That's such a rarity.
She was
I
very
don't know.
clear.
I thought the da 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 is always like way
No,
sooner than
usually
mama
it's-
mama.
Mama and papa, like those sorts of noises.
Oh, well, I've got a genius too then. Although my
You do.
son's first word was can't remember what the word was, but it's like Indonesian for poop. And Josh was like, "Did you hear that?" He just said this, and I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "That's Indonesian for poop," and I'm like, "Okay."
Is his diaper dirty?
Can't remember what the word is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
One
Yeah,
of
we can't hear
Mattie's
you.
first words was, it wasn't her first one, but one of her first words when she was little was meat.
Oh, yeah.
She
wanted
wanted
to
me.
eat meat.
I'm
Like
growing.
in the middle of the
Feed me.
night. Yeah, she would, in the middle of the night, she would want actual meat. Like,
She's getting like the meat sweat
You can have
because she
breast
hasn't
milk.
had it in a certain
You
number
can have
of
breast
hours.
milk. I ate some meat
What?
earlier, okay?
It's 1 a.m. You can have some breast milk. We're not eating meat right now.
Oh, right? I'm not making you a steak.
I'm growing, damn it. Oh no, that's another thing. So I think I say damn it too much because my kids playing and they go, damn it. I go, okay, like just don't. I was like, we're gonna be that family where people, my kids are yelling,
Oh my
damn
gosh,
it all
that's
over the
nothing. Oh
No,
my
yeah,
gosh,
totally.
Max was saying
It's a slippery slope, Leah.
oh my God, Max
That's all I'm saying.
used correctly. She like dropped a bunch of stuff and this was years ago. She goes, Jesus fuck. And I was like, oh. I was like, oh.
Whoops.
You use that in the correct
Yep, that is frustrating when you drop all your things.
We're trying to get them to replace them with like old-fashioned ones, which is hilarious because we want them to be silly. We're like, these are silly ones. Be like, gee golly, and like hot diggity dog or whatever.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Totally.
She's
I
just
love
like
good golly and good grief.
One of my kids went, she was like, paused and she went, oh my. And she was like, I was trying not to say damn it. I was like, good one. I was like, oh no.
Okay,
It's
so
just like
mine is
frustrating
really
falls.
mine is really bad. So
What?
the kids here, like they say it's insulting. So like doing the middle finger, that's an insult. They'd be like, oh, this person insulted this person. And Dabby did, just because he was trying to think of other things that could be insulting, like hand gestures, like, this and whatever. They're going through different ones. And Dabby did this.
What did
Which means I know, and I was like, I immediately was like, no, that's a really bad one. We don't do that one because I don't want to know they're doing it. And then because now he thinks it's the worst one, sometimes he does it
Just to get a rise out of you.
I'm like, don't.
there.
Taste of
deal with
peace.
it?
Oh, so yeah.
Taste of peace. I love that.
Book interrupted. Okay, this interruption was brought to you by butterflies. Can you see all the butterflies? Can you see them? It's amazing. Look at all of them. Look. In my garden. Look at all of them. I really like these pink flowers. Book interrupted.
All right, should we get to some of these?
Yeah.
Do we have a long list?
We've
Yeah.
got
Never.
lots. Yeah, we got lots actually.
Does anyone have any follow-up? Actually, we should do that first. Does anyone have any follow-up from our book cycle about the book?
Well, I don't know if you guys remember. I bought this. I bought the final report, the summary of the final report of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada, Volume 1 summary. But I also got a knock on the door from the library, which is the summary of the summary. Like this summary is big, right?
A summary of the summary?
Yeah. And so I started, because I own this, but I got the other one from the library. I thought I would read it. And like it's the same stuff, but not all of it. And I thought it was a good this size of book can be daunting for some people. And if you want to if you're like, I'm not sure if I can get through this and I want to get information faster, you could start with that one, maybe. Knock at the door. And yeah, it's like, you know how when we were reading, they called me number one, we're all like, oh, it's got a lot of facts and it's easy to get through and easy to digest because of that, even though it's like a serious thing. I find a knock at the door also the same, or like this summary, because it's a statement of facts. They did truth. It's like a truth telling. There's people doing truth telling, and then they're looking at historical facts from the government and stuff. And so it's just a whole bunch of statement of fact. And so you learn a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, that's my follow up.
So it's called
I'm not
knock
done
at
it.
the door.
Knock at the door. And it's the
Knock at the
summary
door.
of
Okay.
the summary of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report. Anyway, Kim, you had something to say too.
Did I?
You went like this.
That's
You
really
do
psychic. Oh,
now.
I was like, you're so psychic. But what I was gonna say is like, well, I'll tell you. When you said the truth, I've got the summary of the Truth and Reconciliation, and then I got a knock on the door. I thought this was like the beginning of a mom story.
Yeah, me too.
And I thought, who could that be? And so I went to the door and I opened it, and there, behold, like what I thought if you were starting a story like that. And I realized, oh no, it's in the name of the book. So
I did the same thing.
because my mom
Kim?
sometimes will tell stories that are very detailed. And I'm like, we could skip the first 40 minutes of this story. You ended up with the wrong grocery bag? Is that what you're telling me? Like,
My mom starts that with like,
and I
for
did oranges.
my mom does that when she's like talking about something, like she's like something dramatic, that something bad has happened. I was like, just start the story saying everyone's okay, if everyone's okay. Because I'm like, I will listen to your long detailed story gladly, as long as I know everyone's alive.
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
And that's how we lost your brother.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Tell me first.
I don't have any follow-up. That's
And then
what I
I
was
got
thinking
a
when you
knock
said
at the
to me.
door.
Yeah, I was like, ooh,
Yeah, that's
who was at the
literally-
door? Nobody comes to
Yeah.
the door anymore unannounced.
I know, I thought so too. I was like, oh, were they canvassing about something? Or were they like trying to get people together about something?
Take this book. Yeah.
Read this. Okay, what's
All
next,
right.
Bird? I mean, Bird. I call
I know.
Elsa,
Sarah,
Bird.
Elsa.
Mary,
my
it's so
goodness.
weird because I think you shared that on a Marco Polo video, and I was like, no, I constantly interchange Leah and Charlie's. Like they
Yeah.
are one and the same. They're
That's
synonymous.
a normal brain thing.
Yeah,
It's all
she
the
was-
certain
Oh.
category of people are stored in the same area of your brain. So like your family, they're all
The
Oh,
same.
because I call Charlie Leah more often than I don't, and I'm always on the verge of calling you Leah Charlie.
Yeah,
It's okay.
because you're all in the they're all in the
You
family
love 'em
compartment.
both.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least they're all in the I love you area, not the. At least you're not
Well,
calling them like
hopefully.
something.
Yeah,
terrible.
like,
You
like,
wouldn't believe how
she
many
called
times
me
I call Leah
Adolf.
Hitler.
She
Yeah.
called me Adolf earlier.
Little
Down. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Alex, a couple days ago, out of nowhere, like marches right up to Bob and I. And she goes, "Why did you decide on Alex? I prefer Piper. From now on, just call me Piper, would ya?"
Sure.
And she just walked off, and I was like,
I
her
can't
middle
wait to like
It's up to you.
tell
I'm so
people
sorry.
or tell kids what they wanted to be called. Freddie wanted to be called Link. He's like, why didn't you
Oh no.
call me Link? And I was like, okay.
Freddie's the coolest name ever.
I know.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted to be called Link.
I was like, you could have been called Merlin, so just be happy.
So you just
no,
think you're
yeah.
lucky. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was
You'd
almost
have to
called
have a beard.
Willow.
Which is a good name, except
Willow.
if she had been called Willow, then the movie Willow came out, she would have been devastated. Because Willow is a
Total
beautiful
devastation.
name.
It
But-
is.
Yeah.
Willow in that movie
Yeah.
was a boy.
Yeah, I know.
I think so.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Tom Cruise was in that movie.
He
Was
was?
I don't
Yeah,
remember
really
that.
young,
Yes. Ooh.
Willow.
In the Willow movie? Well, now I want to go back and
Google it. Maybe I'm Mandelaing you all.
Huh?
I don't
Maybe.
think-
I don't remember Tom Cruise.
He's in
maybe.
Willow
Okay.
No, it's Val Kilmer. I'm almost certain.
Val
it's
Kilmer is in
Kilmer.
Willow.
and Tom Cruise.
I don't know.
Wow.
Now. Okay.
I'm getting on
really
Google.
hope-
You
I
give
really
me the
hope this is a
results,
Mandela
Michael.
effect.
I really hope he's in it.
I really hope it is. It's so much more funny. You're never sure about anything. You're never sure about anything. And this is like, I'm sure. All facts you give us are like, I don't know where this came from. But this one should be
But I've never been more certain.
100%.
So Warwick Davis is Willow in it. Let's just see.
I can't.
if
Mary
Tom-
came out in 1988. Oh my god, I feel so old.
Yeah, Sarah would have been like 9 turning 10.
Jack, Tom Cruise, and his friends do everything possible to save the world and Princess Lily from the hands of darkness. Oh, it's Legend.
Legend. Yeah, he's not in
Oh
there.
my
It's like totally
God.
different.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Yeah. Same vibes though. Totally
Right?
Same vibes.
Willow
Yeah.
and Legend are the same movie.
Yeah.
It is.
I missed
you're
the movie
totally
Legend and the movie
correct.
Willow.
I love that. That's
It's almost the same movie, probably.
It is, really. In my brain, it is. Alternating
It-
names.
I was,
you could call
I was
it
with
either.
ya. I was putting money on you.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
Never forget, every child matters.